Dreamhack Dallas has come and gone, and we came, we saw, and we did not conquer.
Five big booms. Boom, 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 boom.
I forgot about that. Oh my gosh, the booms. Where was that at?
What?
Wasn't that in the game?
Yeah, that was the fucking Costco guys. They were there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Running the karaoke side of things. I thought it was the oddest thing. What is his name? Big Justice and Little Justice?
I had no idea. I didn't know anything about those people.
I was annoying the shit out of my girlfriend with it.
Yeah, I had no idea who they were. It was weird. But we came back from Dreamhack Dallas last weekend. Dreamhack Dallas is a premier gaming and esports festival organized by the ESL Face It Group. They hold it annually at the K. Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center in Dallas, Texas.
Yep.
This year it took place May 23rd through 25, and it takes over 1 million square feet into a vibrant hub for gamers. They feature a large array of activities, including top-tier esports tournaments, cosplay competitions, indie game showcases, and appearances by over 550 creators and streamers, including the Inner Gamer. This year was record-breaking turnout, surprisingly. Despite it feeling lighter at the show, they welcomed over 60,000 attendees, surpassing their previous record of 55,000 last year. The event online generated over 22 million hours of content watched across Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Kick. Crazy. Can you believe there were 6,000 people there?
Yeah. At first I didn't, but like, I think just the way they had it spread out this year was a little bit better, you know?
Well, it's like, I mean, the fact that they put the tabletop like off in its own section, you know, way off of the whatever, it's like there was definitely a lot of like room to breathe and around. Did you know years ago that they used to have concerts at these things too?
No shit.
Yeah, the first year we went, they had like one night was metal night, and the next night was EDM night. So they had like an EDM artist play inside the convention center, and they haven't done that since. I don't know why they didn't do it, but it was cool because it's like you're in there. It's like at about 8 o'clock. It's like you have the gamers over here gaming on the far side of the room, and then all of a sudden like an EDM shows up, and people are just standing there jamming. But then behind you, there's still people like playing PC games and shit. It's like the weirdest dichotomy of like things occurring, but it was so cool. I did not go to the metal show because I was like, that's not
you, is it?
It was pretty wild. But we didn't see many of the tournaments this year, or I mean, we watched a few little. Like, we watched Brawl Stars, which was kind of wild.
That was fucking random, dude.
Yeah, seeing Brawl Stars is a Supercell mobile game from the people that did Clash of Clans. I actually downloaded it and I played a little bit, and it was fun. It's cool, you know. But it's your generic mobile game where it's got your battle pass and all the things to level up and unlock and.
So it's surprised it's like a tournament thing. Like, are they regulated on like what they can unlock in the battle pass and use it to upgrade the characters, or like,
probably? Yeah,
so weird. Anyways, sorry.
It was wild. It was weird, but some of the most notable championships they had the Halo Championship Series, where Optic Gaming took the title, defeating FaZe Clan in the grand finals. And then they also, the Allison Anel made history as the first woman to win an official Halo Championship Series free-for-all LAN tournament. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. And then they had the Intel Extreme Masters, which is a Counter-Strike tournament. Team Vitality emerged victorious over Mouse with a 3-0 sweep in the finals. They had the Call of Duty League Major 4. The Los Angeles Thieves triumphed over the Atlanta FaZe with a 4-2 victory. And then there was another ESL Impact Season 7 Grand Final, StarCraft 2 tournament with 83 players competing in S tier with the $50,000 prize pool. There was a chess tournament where Alexander Ortnik secured victory in the road to eSports World Cup. And then there was Rainbow Six Siege X 8team 5v5 tournament.
Is that out?
Yes.
Okay.
So that basically is like the replacement for Siege. That was basically like a upgrade to Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah.
Okay. I was so fucking confused when I saw that one.
Yeah.
Going on.
It kind of like hit really big with like the people that already play Siege.
Yeah.
But like never really got any attention outside of that much. But like, it had like a hot like 2-week window where like everybody was talking about it, and then it just kind of died off again.
Oh.
But I mean, it's supposed to be good. I mean, I never got into Siege. So
yeah, same.
Yeah, it's too tactical for me.
Yeah.
But $5,000 prize pool for that. So lots of tournaments occurred throughout the weekend, but this year there was like not as much stuff. Like, I mean, I love Call of Duty, but like I don't know, just some.
Yeah, they didn't have a CS:GO tournament.
Well, they did have Counter-Strike too. That was the Intel Extreme Masters. Yeah.
Oh shoot, my bad.
Yeah. But
It just wasn't as.
it wasn't out in the area. They were having that big room, the big arena room. That's where all the tournament stuff was happening over there. I kind of wish we would watch some of the Halo 1. That could have been interesting.
Yeah,
I'm honestly surprised that Halo Infinite is doing that. But how was it?
It was good.
Yeah.
I was enjoying it. We were getting food like right when we got right when we got there, because we got there before you.
Right.
And we sat back and watched it, and it was pretty intense. I was enjoying it.
Yeah.
So
it was fun, man. When that game came out, like I really, really loved for about a month playing Halo Infinite multiplayer. Like it was good.
yeah.
I mean, nobody else was playing it really, so I just kind of fell off of it. But I had a blast playing it for a little bit. Really enjoyed I love the arena shooter mentality. Like I enjoy playing those small arena maps. I mean, obviously I love Battlefield and the big, huge, massive maps, but where I could play an arena shooter and just like, it's all about just killing each other, not like having to worry about all the different stats and, like Valorant and stuff like that, having to worry about my hero capabilities, or Counter-Strike being like so like slower paced,
Yeah.
This is, appreciative. I mean, I guess Counter-Strike's not slow. It's just much more intense. I mean, it's quick action, killing.
Quick and tactical.
And then you're dead.
Yeah. Footsteps, hearing them running.
Exactly. Lots of
annoying.
footsteps listening. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of tournaments going on. It was really cool to see that. We spent a lot of time in the checking all the vendors, and then also looking at some of the indie games and stuff like that. So there was more than 125 local game developers and artists showcasing their work. A few people that we saw. Shout out to our friend that was building Z After, which is a cool little zombie game. What do you say? It was like Where's Waldo?
It's like Where's Waldo with zombies.
Yeah. So Thor showed us that. That was really cool to see.
Yeah, artwork in it, fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
is great.
Yeah, I gotta play that game sometime.
Yeah.
We engaged in a really cool scavenger hunt. Talk about that.
Yeah, we can talk about that. What was it called again? Because my girlfriend compared it to a board game that we played with the post office, and you got to solve a mystery or whatever. But I got a chance to play a little bit of it, and it's
Letter Loss.
So they had envelopes they just gave random people. Like my girlfriend was wearing a pink shirt, so they gave it to her, and she opened it up, and you had to solve this I wouldn't say a Sudoku code or whatever that was posted up, but it directed you to a phone number. You called the phone number, and then it directed you to a clue, and then you had to find that clue, scan the QR code, which led to their Discord channel, and then you answered questions in the Discord channel that will lead you to more things to unlock. And then once you finally unlocked it, you had to give them another envelope, which put you in a pool for like a prize drawing.
Yeah.
So it was pretty fun. It was pretty interactive, right off the bat. And then that got me a chance to actually play the game. The game's almost like an escape room type game, and you have to solve these little puzzles and stuff like that to advance and move on. It was fun. It was super intriguing, and I might. It was interesting. I can tell you that much. Letter Loss. So
yeah, they were talking about how it's supposed to come out later this year, and they have the people that are doing it. One of the people in the game actually is a escape room builder. So he built he's a construction worker for a real escape room company. But the game is being described on Steam as a game where you play out your wildest dreams of being a postal worker, stamping and sorting mail for residents of the mysterious island of Carnim or something. You perform your duties, keep the mail running on time, and this could be your last job you'll ever need to work. But I think it's very much going to be an escape room style game experience eventually. But I'm anxious to see kind of more about it. But I feel like the way in which they pull people into it was really clever, because they gave you the letter, postal service, kind of thing. and then going through the different contacts and stuff like that was really interesting. And it was a smart marketing plan, you know, to like kind of get people engaged into this experience, and that kept people at the booth for a very long time.
Oh yeah.
Interacting with them. So it's gonna be something I think people are gonna remember. So it's cool. There's no release date planned for it yet, but it was pretty neat to check out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I saw like a lot of indie games. I don't know what it is, but like the Smash Bros style of gaming.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of those this year, which they had like compared to last year to this year, they had a shit ton of indie games. It was kind of overwhelming, but it was cool to see. They also had like what's that game you like playing, the trading card simulator?
Yeah.
They had one for those little weird vending machines that you can run. So I was just like, oh, that's interesting. That's probably the next step in the trading card simulator thing. You had a simulator vending machine runner.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm trying to see some of the other games they had there. They have if you go to Steam, they have a DreamHack Dallas Indie Playground preview of like all the games that were there.
There you go. The Witch's Whisk game is almost like it's a cooking game, but you play as a witch and you go around. So that one looks interesting as well. Not my style of gaming, but you know, I know a lot of people like the Stardew Valley stuff.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
There was what's
that cooking game with that
Overcooked?
Not Overcooked, but it's like I can't remember.
No.
Oh, there it is. Vending Dokkan.
Oh yeah, Vending Dokkan Cozy Kiosk. Yeah, that was interesting. We sat there and watched that a little bit. You build a vending machine empire and a cozy idle sim. So it's like an idle sim game. Manage staff, decorate locations, and watch your business thrive. Play actively or let it run passively in the background with relaxing music to engage while you work or unwind. That can be kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, I feel like that's up your alley.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's a Brett game.
Sitting there working and just like have this thing in the background, get some lo-fi beats going on, you know? Hey, the table flip simulator. You see this game?
Yeah.
See this.
I was thinking I missed that one as well. I thought it was that anger management game that was in VR where you just destroy shit.
This might be it, actually.
No, this isn't it. You just flip your table and it's like, what's that fucking car game? Burnout?
Oh, yeah.
You just flip it and watch everything destroy.
It looks like it could be a VR game, too, though. It still looks like, see, they're moving the little thing around. Like
yeah, but this one, the characters look different. They were like little balloon guys.
I see.
Yeah, a lot of games. A lot of good games.
This Phelan was interesting. I was talking to them for a little bit. They're from a team from Miami. Was working on this. It's like a little side scroller RPG,
8-bit
style game. Just, you know, unique art style. Seems like a pretty fun little adventure game. Pretty the girl I was talking to, her husband is one working on it right now.
Okay.
And it's just like a small team of like, I think a handful of them. And yeah, it's out on early access already, so good to check out, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of different types of indie games. A lot more this year. I feel like a lot more like high quality stuff, you know, and everything. I was pretty impressed by that. So worth looking up just to see what's at DreamHack. And seeing what they got. They also had some that returned. Cyberpunk was there.
Yeah, Biogun was there again.
The Biogun, yeah. I missed there's a Porcupine game. Oh, is this what you're talking about? Toxic Therapy?
Yeah, Toxic Therapy. That's the one I'm talking about. Here's my thing when I go to these events. I really don't like playing VR at these events. I just don't like putting a mask on.
Other people's faces have been in there, you know? Yeah.
That's my own personal opinion.
I mean, that's fair.
I like to sit there and watch the gameplay and see it. And like, oh, that looks fun.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't want to be all sweaty, just fucking swinging around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of games, which I appreciate.
Yeah. And then we tried the vendors. Any vendors pop out at you? Things cool.
Mystic Mountain Gaming.
Misty Mountain, man, those guys are everywhere.
They had 3 booths at fucking Fan Expo, or 4.
3.
It's just crazy. No real like vendors or anything. I guess this is a new thing that I've seen. These little keychains with key buttons, like on your keyboard that you just click. It's like a fidget thing.
Oh yeah,
That's my first time seeing that this year. It was pretty cool. Got 2 of them.
wasn't there one? There was a booth that we saw at Fan Expo that was like a fidget, but it was like build your own fidget.
Yeah, build your own fidget thing. A lot of 3D print, which we'll talk about when we talk about Fan Expo stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What was do you have a favorite thing that you experienced or saw while here at this event?
Unfortunately not. My favorite thing was just the whole setup. I think it was big enough where I didn't feel like I was crunched up, and it was easier to like navigate around just how they had it set up. The whole geotag game, whatever it was called.
Oh yeah, that was so fun.
Yeah, there you go. The whole geotag game, I knew about it, but I didn't know how like everyone else felt about it. But a lot of people really love that game. GeoGuessr. So you basically like they show you a picture of a place either in the United States or around the world, and you have like a couple seconds to guess, get in the right facility of it, and click on it, and you get points for it. That was interesting. I didn't realize it had that big of a following. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's so easy to just jump in and play, while you're there. I think that's what the setup was, because all you need was your phone. And it's kind of like Jackbox. If anybody's played Jackbox, where you plug your phone, you put in a code, and you're in the game. And they were just running tournaments for that, or like competitions for that all day, and giving out prizes and stuff like that. But it was cool. It's just like somebody's like managing Street View, and they're just like moving around the Street View, and then you have to figure out where in the world that is and be as close as possible to the pinpoint.
It was cool. And then like the indie game section, phenomenal. I'm glad it expanded out more. Yeah. It was a lot bigger. I feel like they should have their own dedicated room away from.
That would be nice, actually.
So it's a little bit more space. Yeah. And do some stuff. I think the tabletop stuff was like diluted. Yeah, a little bit. I wish they kind of went.
I don't know why they don't have like board game stuff there. I feel like they could do a lot with like having board game vendors, but instead they just have like trading card game people.
Yeah,
it's just odd to me that they didn't have the Warhammer this year either. That I saw.
Yeah, I was surprised on that.
Yeah, which I mean, I don't play the Warhammer stuff, but like it was just cool seeing people set up.
Yes, it was cool to experience that, because you don't really get to see that often. And I thought they were going to do that again this year, and I feel like that should be its own dedicated. I really personally feel like they can do what Fan Expo does and like expand and use the whole convention center as a whole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially with like the board games, with the indie game, especially with the indie game stuff, they can easily just have its own giant room area. So
I'm sure there's like a cost thing with that. I would imagine where they're like, yeah.
Well, hopefully so much, with how many more people showed up, they can really plan better. I do like the fact that how they had the tournament set up for Call of Duty. That was pretty cool to see how it was all set up. So felt more room. I liked it.
Right.
How it was set up.
What was there? Something I was going to bring up and talk about that I forgot. That was like, oh yeah, that was a big thing, and now I can't remember what it was. Talking about the indie games. We talked about the different place. Shit, what was it? It was important. It was so good, and then I lost it. Okay, we'll come back. Oh no, I know what it was. I remember now. Okay, me and Austin played Marvel Rivals.
Shit.
Against Team Envy, professional esports players.
And you guys didn't realize it at first, right?
Austin did. I had no clue. I just thought there were just a bunch of other people playing. I thought they were playing like a 6v6 game, which is like randos. And then I looked over there. I'm like, oh, they're all wearing the same types of jerseys. And I realized that's like the Team Envy professional esports team for Marvel Rivals. And so we sat down and played against them. I played 2 matches against them and got my ass stomped both times. And I was like, the play style that these guys had was unbelievable. So I was like, I came into this, I was like, all right, I'm not worried about missions, right? It's in my computer, it's in my system, whatever. I just need to focus in on like characters I'm really good at. So I pulled out like some Iron Man, and I was like, I can usually wreck shit with Iron Man, right?
Really?
Yeah, usually, yeah, sometimes, yeah. Or Thor, I pulled out Thor too.
Thor, okay.
Yeah, but no, if I pull out Iron Man, like as long as there's nobody like freaking stunning me in the sky, like I can do some damage with that.
Yeah.
Either way, I was playing it, and I every 5 seconds getting killed by a Black Widow of all things. And this freaking dude with the Black Widow, like he was just over there, it's like pow headshot, pow headshot, pow headshot. And then they were like griefing us at one point. Where like we were like just coming out of spawn, and they push hard. They're aggressive as shit, and they just like lock you down at your spawn point. So you come out dead, come out dead, come out dead, and it was just like just pelting us. And I was sitting there watching. So after I died a couple of times, Austin played another round with this other girl, this Twitch streamer that we were talking to. And we were sitting there, and he was kept playing, and I went to the other side, and I sat there and looked over everybody's screen as the MV was playing. And I'm like literally like, watching their gameplay. And this one dude, I forgot what character he was playing, but he was the amount of like precision and like the hopping, like he was jumping up in the air and like jumping off of like this to this to this, and just like boom, pow, boom, pow, boom, pow, just like picking off shots after shot, jumping around and like going all around the person vertically, like over top of their head, so they didn't even know what to do with themselves. Like I was just like, how are you doing this? And the guy, I was watching Black Widow for a while, and like he was so flipping good at Black Widow. Like he would just like literally not even a split second of delay, aim down sights, shot in the head, aim down sight, shot in the head. And I'm like, how are you so precise? And their keyboard angles were weird too, because like everybody like had a kind of different setup. One dude had his keyboard like angled like real far like this, playing like at a 90-degree angle where the left side was like up more, and his mouse like this. So he was like playing like really like kind of like pushing his arms inward as he was playing. And just like another dude was like sitting there, and he was just like had his hands on the keyboard and sitting back, lounging as far back as his back could go. Like, this is too easy. I'm just sitting here just like, whatever. Yeah. Right. It was so wild to watch these guys. I was like, okay, that's another level.
I like that. That's a cool experience to have, to play against like a team like that.
Yeah. Never done it. It was insane. And I want to know like from their perspective, because like, I would just love to know their like background. Like, like if they're sitting here, like, do they enjoy the fact that they're here, like hanging out with these people, or are they just like, I mean, they're getting paid.
They're getting paid
like,
for it.
It's just like, how much of a waste of time is it for them? Like, how?
I wouldn't say it's a waste of time. I think it's good like practice to see and maybe get possibly some kind of influence from it. Like, oh, this person doesn't play professionally and they did this. I can use that tactic for next time. It's probably just a good practice for them more than anything.
Yeah.
That's
fair. Yeah.
That's how I would take it if I was Team Indy, Plus I'm getting paid for it. Like, well, sure, why not?
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, it was fascinating to watch. I don't know if I learned anything from them, because I'm like, I just don't know if I'm capable of that level of whatever. I'm sure they play like 15 hours a day probably. And that's like all they do, but it was something wild.
That's a cool experience, though. Go up against like a no shit team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys text us was like, yeah, we needed you. I was like, motherfucker, hell no. I am not that good.
Hey, if we had the full squad, man, we could have done it. We could have kicked some ass.
I'd probably done a little bit better, probably move an inch, but and plus I usually play on controllers.
Right. That's true. Yeah. They didn't have controller there.
Yeah.
But it was really neat. It was a lot of fun. I would love to. My thing with Dreamhack, I think Dreamhack is a really cool event. It's very eSports focused. It's very competitive sports focused, which is not us necessarily. I love watching it. I think it's fun and it's exciting and very engaging. I'm curious if like we were to go there and like do the 3-day experience and like do some of the BYOC and then do, like sit there and watch more of the tournaments and stuff like that. If I would come back from it and be like, damn, that was some great memories, or I'd be like, kind of getting bored after like, halfway through the experience because I mean, obviously I love gaming, but I mean, it's a lot of gaming and a lot of like the competitive gaming aspect of it. And it's just like, I love gaming, but I'm not that type of gamer. So I'm just kind of curious if like, I want to just immerse myself in that one weekend and just be around those people and just kind of see what kind of takeaways I would get out of it for like a full week. Because I've never done any of these conventions where we do like a full weekend experience where like we're there for that for like the whole time.
I like doing that with the Comic-Con. With this, since I'm just like a casual gamer, I think for casual gamer purposes, I think a one-day experience would be good enough for me. But the gamer side of me, I do agree. I would like to stay downtown and go there every single day and map it out. Like, I'm going to follow this tournament and fucking go all the way through.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoyed last year when we went and we watched the Overwatch tournament.
Yeah, that was so fun.
Fucking badass.
And I think the game definitely makes a difference too. It's like I think Call of Duty and Halo was cool, but like I was hoping there would be a Marvel Rivals tournament that we could have watched that was like bigger, you know, that would have been really fun to see. But I think next year, I don't know, I might get a hotel out there and just like at least see Saturday and Sunday. So like on the Sunday, when I was there last year with when me and Megan hung out there for a little bit and like watched the Tekken tournaments going on, that was freaking legit.
Didn't someone cheat that year in Tekken?
No, it was there was some kind of thing that happened with it, but it wasn't. I don't think it was a cheating thing. It was just that
Someone, like connected their controller or some shit.
Maybe there was something with that. Yeah, I can't.
Could have swore
exactly,
something happened last year.
There was definitely some kind of. There was also some times where like the game like glitched when they were playing and they had to like reboot the system and stuff like that. So that was kind of crazy. But watching those tournaments were really. I mean, there was some game. The last finals of that tournament was epic.
Yeah.
And I was, it just made me want to play Tekken, even though I suck at Tekken. I was just like watching these guys do these moves and stuff was wild.
Yeah.
Just seeing these professionals like play. It's like, I know there's a lot of people out there that probably are like, oh, it's not actual sports, but it's sports, man. It's like the attention to detail, the reaction times, like all that stuff. Like it's a wild skill. Yeah, there's some people that are very, very good at it, and it's wild. But yeah, I like to go. I don't know if I do the BYOC necessarily, but I would love to go. I think it'd be fun to just see the con and spend the whole day there on a Saturday, and then Sunday like see the semifinals and the finals, and just like kind of really engage myself in those battles. I think could be interesting.
We can get an Airbnb somewhere close.
Yeah. It might be
at least Uber distance.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
because I want to do the same thing with Fan Expo, and I actually want to like dress up, sure for it, go like all out, go to the parties and stuff like that. There's a lot of other factors got into play with this year for it.
Well, let's take a break and we'll jump into the next topic on Fan Expo. So if you're watching this video on Dreamhack, go to our YouTube channel and check out the Fan Expo recap as well, because we're talking about that next.
Yep.
So let us know if any of y'all went to Dreamhack and had a good time, bad time, okay time. What was your favorite moments, highlights of the event, all that fun stuff. And if you're going next year, let us know. Hit us up. We're usually there every year, so meet up. Would love to sync up and meet some fans, meet some people in the area, all that good stuff. So Dreamhack, there it is.
There it went.
Big old event.